listen, I know they're not gonna win every game. Of course not. But Jake Virtanen, dude, it makes it worse, right? Let's go! Why not? The Toronto Maple Leafs! I guess my brand is a yell and scream. I don't script these. Are the Leafs alright? So what you get is from the heart. Welcome to LFR. Leafs? Oh, I don't do the fist bump thing. Sorry, I'm out of practice. For just the 7th time in 25 games, Leafs lose, this time to the Vancouver Canucks 3-1. You just knew it had one of those feelings, but I don't want to begin this video talking about the game. Last night, Wayne Gretzky's father, Walter, passed away. He had been battling Parkinson's and other health issues for a while. It's obviously sad, and my sincere condolences go out to the Gretzky family, but what you're seeing today in the wake of his passing is the true definition of a celebration of life. All you need to know about Walter Gretzky is he happened to be Wayne Gretzky's dad. The fact he was Wayne Gretzky's father is the thing he was second most famous for. By all accounts, he was kind, gentle, and generous with his time. I've told this story before, but I love it, so I want to tell it again. I was in Union Station before the renovations and everything, trying to set the scene here, and Walter Gretzky was just walking around, and I thought, that looks like Walter Gretzky. It is Walter Gretzky. And one university student out loud goes, that's Walter Gretzky, and that's all it took. He was immediately surrounded by dozens and dozens of people. And obviously that can be an intimidating thing, but didn't look bothered, didn't look annoyed, just looked happy to meet so many people. This story really got me this morning. Paul Hendrick this morning, love Henny, he deserves to be watching a first place Leafs team, said always carried a Sharpie, always signed W. Gretzky. He signed for so many. He signed for everyone. Rest in peace, Walter. And then Jason here responds, he signed for my son once, asked his name, then paused in deep thought. Then he continued and put a star beside it and said, see that little star? That means I've never written that name before. I remember them all. And I believed him too. Classy, great guy. Sad day. No, that's not a quote from a movie starring Santa Claus. That's just how good of a man Walter Gretzky was. And to Henny's story about the fact that Walter Gretzky always carried a Sharpie, check this out. I went to a Leafs game on April 8th, 2000 against the Tampa Bay Lightning. It was the Leafs' last regular season game, so I made this sign in preparation for their playoff series against the Ottawa Senators. And right there in the middle, W. Gretzky, because he was sitting in our section and I was so excited to meet him. Everyone was. Everyone walked up to Walter and got an autograph that night. And I'm sure every night. And he would continue to live in the house in Brantford, Ontario, where he raised Wayne and the rest of his family, and it became the Wayne Gretzky house, and it was famous. And people would drive up to the house, run onto the lawn, rip up grass to say, I have Wayne Gretzky's grass, and then drive away. And he would gleefully tell that story. One more, and I promise we'll get to the game. From Jerry D., Walter Gretzky, 2011, I'm booked to perform at the Halifax Progress Club dinner. I get picked up with Walter already in the car. He asks what I do. I tell him I'm a comedian. He then tells me jokes for 45 minutes on the way to the hotel. Joke after joke, nonstop, rapid fire. He must have told me 15 jokes. I will never forget it. At the dinner, he speaks and receives a standing ovation. Roberto Alomar, Mickey Ward, Jeremy Roenick, and Anthony Calvillo also spoke. Nobody else got a standing ovation, just Walter. Canada just loved him. You can see it today on Twitter, Instagram, everywhere. Everyone seems to have a picture with Walter Gretzky. I've made the joke about Johnny Bower that his autograph doesn't have any value because he signed for absolutely everybody. His autograph's not exactly rare. But better to be a great person than a great signature. And that was Walter Gretzky. He'd give you his signature, he'd give you his time, he'd give you his kindness. He was a good man. I feel bad for anyone who watched this video wanting me to talk about the game. That's all I want to talk about. But, alright, let's talk about that game. Aggressively switching gears. You knew it was coming! You knew. Alright, let me ask you this. When was the moment you knew? I knew what mine was, Leaf fans. Do you? Because the Leafs beat the Edmonton Oilers. Okay. Oh, they did it 3 straight times? Okay. They held Connor McDavid scoreless in 3 straight games for just the 3rd time in his career. Okay. Oh, and Draisaitl, okay. And you're telling me the next night they have the Canucks, okay. The moment the Vancouver Canucks announced that Elias Pettersson was not playing in this game, I'm like, the Leafs are about to lose this game. Wasn't because it was on the second half of a back-to-back, wasn't because they saw Michael Hutchinson was starting. It was just, they're due. It was one of those games when you're playing a team that you expect to beat every time you play them, and their best player is out. The Oilers have played the Leafs without Auston Matthews 3 times this season, lost all 3 different goalies too. Why? Asked the Oilers fans. Because hockey answers hockey. I saw a lot of people going, man, what's up with the Leafs tonight? Here's the thing, they weren't even that bad. From Thomas Drance, Maple Leafs had a big edge in expected goals over the Canucks in this one, per Nat Stat Trick, 2.85 to 1.48. Forget the bubble, Thatcher Demko is reinventing himself as more than a tournament goalie. If it wasn't official before, it is now. Demko is Vancouver's new #1. 2.85 to 1.48 were the expected goals. You basically flip the actual score on its head. And while I would like the Leafs' 3rd goalie, who started the season as the 4th goalie, to consistently outduel the opponent's starting goaltender, it's just not realistic. And with Freddie battling injury this season, with Jack Campbell battling injury, it made no sense to start anybody else. 3 minutes in, first shot of the game. I don't know if I put this on Hutch. You like your goalie to save everything, but Justin. Jake Virtanen coming in wide, and he just straight up walks Justin Holl, which I don't think anyone expected, including Hutch. He puts it in, little arc over Hutch. He almost had it. Too bad. 1-0 Canucks. Adding to Thomas Drance's number about the expected goals, no wonder the Leafs had more expected goals. They were losing almost the entire game. And the amount of games they've had this season where you could say that, you could probably count on one hand, actually maybe one finger. But so what? There's 56 games and they're all individual stories. Late in the period, however, Jimmy Vesey continues the Be Nice to Jimmy campaign. Because Hutchinson faces a shot, steers it wide, Quinn Hughes flies in on the pinch, but Jimmy Vesey with the little stick lift cleans him out. Engvall flying the other way. He's got Mikheyev with him, going even faster. Gives it to him, helps gain the zone, but the Canucks shank it. But they can't clear it, and Engvall picks it up. Engvall powers by Michaelis, welcome to the NHL, kid, snipes on Thatcher Demko, tie game. The Giant Giraffe adds one to the game graph, and we go to intermission. No, you shut up, it was good. Second period, if you missed the game, the highlight pack on Sportsnet's YouTube channel really does tell the story well, because even though the score was 1-1, at one point in the second period, the shots were 21-8 for the Leafs. Then all of a sudden, on the back of a few really nice saves from Thatcher Demko on good chances for the Leafs, they start to mount some pressure. And now Hutchinson is having to come up big a couple times. Canucks to the power play, golden opportunity for Ilya Mikheyev, and he's stopped. Did you know that he gets stopped shorthanded? What will happen first? Ilya Mikheyev gets a shorthanded goal, I get the vaccine. Am I right, folks? I hate this. I hate this so much! Make it into a suppository! Then the Canucks are able to go the other way. Adam Gaudette tries to break into the Leaf zone, tries to hit Jake Virtanen, but his pass is broken up by Ilya Mikheyev, but he gets the puck back. He gets it to Jake Virtanen, and that's not good enough, man. That is just not good enough. That is not good enough. And Hutchinson got very mad. You saw after the goal was scored, he looked down and he said, falafel! And it's like, now is not the time to make post-game dinner plans, Hutch. There's a game going on. I mean, it's a good shot. Look at the angle that Jake Virtanen is shooting this from, but everyone in the NHL can do this. Like, we talk about different players. Oh, this guy's got a great shot. Oh, this guy doesn't have a very good shot, though. It's kind of soft. It's not very accurate. If you give a shooter, almost any shooter in the NHL, that much room, they're hitting it. And by the way, remember what I said. You never want to be the person that the camera pans to first after your team gets scored on. Well, if you're in the box, you're going to be panned to first. Justin Holl. A rare, not very good game for him in this one. Third period, Leafs get the blender out a little bit. Now it's Matthews with Marner and Hyman. Even that's not enough. Bogosian sort of battling with Bo Horvat in front, but then he leaves to pursue Edler, who has the puck. Then nobody decides, oh yeah, I'm gonna pick up the captain of the Vancouver Canucks. He's wide open. Don't you dare blame that one on Hutch. That's a wide open opportunity from a very capable NHL goal scorer. He scores, and it's 3-1. That's the way the game ends. Questions, because we have some good ones. Is it easy to blame this one on being on the back half of a back-to-back that has plane travel and dismissing it as inconsequential due to still being 7 points up in the Jets? Seems like a better idea than hitting the panic button. Yeah, it was a mixed bag reaction that I saw. This is not the end of the world. I would expect the Leafs to win the next game against the Canucks. If they don't win that one, there's no excuse. There's no back-to-back, there's no travel. But I saw some people like, oh, Matthews, like, what's going on? What's going on is he had like 3 scoring chances in this game. He was good. Mikheyev robbed a few times. Nylander. It should be said that in Hutchinson's only 2 losses this season, it was a shutout with Dave Riddick, and then Demko only allows 1 goal. I don't care about shoulda had that, shoulda had this. If you're not getting goal support, well, what are we doing here? They did look kind of tired. I thought their first period was their best one. Other than Nick Patan coming in for Travis Boyd, like, I thought they should have maybe swapped out a couple more guys just because, why not? Like, I know Joe Thornton just sat out a bunch and just coming off an injury, and he probably didn't want to come out of the lineup, but what are you making a 41-year-old play back-to-back games for when you don't need to and you're in first place? I know a lot of people didn't like load management when Kawhi was in town, but you still went to the parade, didn't you? But those obvious little criticisms aside, no, there's no reason to panic. Did Thatcher Demko have a really good game, or is this a case of the North Division being weak? Daniel, that's a very good tweet. Don't you love these late night games? Dude, I said it before, I'll say it again. Producer Drew knows this because he lives in the Greater Toronto area and he's a Colorado Avalanche fan. He routinely has to stay up late. But for any of you who are in like Europe or something and you gotta stay up in the middle of the night, 10 o'clock games are brutal. Steve, why is the video so late this morning? I like to sleep! Get off my back! That was the one thing I wasn't looking forward to about the All-Canadian division. I was like, oh, there's gonna be a lot of 10 o'clock games. You look at the schedule, there's still less than I thought there would be, but man. Is Jake Virtanen the best Canuck of all time? Yes, but only until he's overtaken by Danton Heinen. And I do like this, even though we've already recorded the podcast, not to do with the game, but what's your thoughts on the Flames firing their coach? Now, firing Jeff Ward, I get, because the problem with the Flames, I don't think it's skill. I think it's that they don't like each other or they don't like playing hockey right now. They're miserable. They're in bad moods, even though they just came off a pretty big win. People are criticizing bringing in Daryl Sutter, which, pardon? What's wild to me, and this has got to be it, but Luke Fox from Sportsnet pointing out, this is Brad Treliving's 5th head coach. He can't have a 6th. But with Daryl Sutter, I think he's being brought in, like, as an X's and O's guy. He's probably past his best. Like, I don't know if he's the best choice for 2021 NHL. But with coaches, there are X's and O guys, and there are motivators. Now, he's not a big rah-rah, scream John Tortorella guy. I've heard that his pregame speeches sound like a eulogy. But you should know that with Daryl Sutter, if you don't work your hardest, there are going to be consequences. And I think Daryl Sutter becoming head coach is good news for a few players. Matthew Tkachuk, he wanted his team to stick up for him a little bit more, join him in the fight. Daryl Sutter, I think, is going to encourage that. Sam Bennett, he's been a healthy scratch, can't get in the lineup. I think Daryl Sutter's going to love Sam Bennett. But 3 years? That I don't get. Until the Flames turn it around and he has success, because hockey is weird and dumb and weird. So that is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends. Let's live a life worth celebrating.